Today, the most outrageous bone marrow and chorizo burger. Let's do it. The first step for this insane burger, we want to preheat the oven to 180 degrees. Next, you want to take a baking tray, and my advice, because the bone marrow is very oily, is to line the baking tray with some tin foil. This makes cleanup a lot easier. And then, the star of the show, some delicious bone marrow. You can get bone marrow from any good butcher, and it's great in so many different dishes. So pop the bone marrow into the baking tray, and then you want to stick these in the oven and roast them off for about 15 minutes. After quarter of an hour, take your bone marrow out of the oven, and then using a sharp knife, scrape out the marrow from the bones. Scrape them out into a bowl, and then with a fork, you want to mash it up as much as you can. Once you've done this, pop the marrow to one side while we prepare the rest of the ingredients. You want to take a large mixing bowl, also a box grater, and next we want our chorizo, and very simply you want to grate the chorizo into the bowl, and you're going to want about 200 grams. Once it's grated, 20% beef mince, and for 200 grams of chorizo we want around 500 grams of the beef, and then you want to pop in your bone marrow. Mix it thoroughly, don't compress the mixture too much, and once you've done this, that is our burger mix. Next up, to make the patties, you want a sheet of greaseproof paper, fold it in half, and then a nice handful of the burger mix. Pop it onto the greaseproof paper and spend a few minutes to flatten out a beautiful patty. We want the patties about ½ an inch thick so we can keep them beautiful, juicy and delicious. And once you have your patties, stick that to one side, and then a really simple burger sauce. So take a small mixing bowl, and we want some smoky chipotle paste. Add a couple of tablespoons of the chipotle, and then some mayonnaise. Add the same amount of the mayo, give it a good mixing up, add a little touch of seasoning, and then a lemon. Take a nice slice of the lemon, squeeze a dash of the juice into the mayo, give it a good mixing up, and there we have a really simple burger mayonnaise. So stick your mayo to one side, and now we can cook. So add a non-stick frying pan to the hob, start with the heat low, add a good knob of butter, and for this one we want some beautiful, soft, fluffy brioche burger buns. So add your buns to the butter, flat side down, and we want to toast these off until they're beautiful and golden brown. This will take a couple of minutes, and once the buns are perfectly toasted, get them out of the pan, clean it out, and then you want to season the burger patty. So add salt, freshly ground black pepper, season both sides of the burger, and then you want to turn the heat up high and lay the patty into the pan. No need for oil. Soon as it's in, lightly compress it, give it a minute on one side, flip it over, and another minute on the other side. We want to get a beautiful crust to the outside of the burger, and we want the insides to be beautiful, juicy and delicious. So after a couple of minutes, flip it every 20 to 30 seconds so it cooks nice and evenly, and after another couple of minutes, you want to lay over some beautiful burger cheese. This is not the best cheese in the world, but it's perfect for burgers. Once the cheese starts to melt and beautifully wilt over those delicious burgers, you want to pop the bun on the plate, stick on your burger patty, add a few teaspoons of the sauce, stick the lid on, and there you have the most outrageously delicious bone marrow and chorizo burger. All that's left to do is to get stuck in. So give it a try, and I'll see you next time.